Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Today we're going to do a Divine Masculine check-in. Okay, Spirit, what are the masculines working with? What are they confronting? We have boundaries in reverse. We have beauty. And we have animals. All right, masculines. I'm sorry. I'm losing my voice. Let me take a sip of something home. I find it very interesting that my voice just crapped out. Masculines, you're being asked to confront your inner animal. You're being asked to take a moment to reflect on the boundaries or lack of boundaries around your inner animal. What has been your relationship with your animal body? What does that even mean? So our animal body is that instinctual self. I think when I say that, a lot of people think of the sexual self. And yes, that's absolutely probably a big part of this, but it's not the only part of it. It's also your instinctual self. So where have you successfully followed your instincts, and where have you maybe followed something else? Where has abandoning your instincts gotten you into some hot water? There's something here about really reclaiming your animal instinct and finding the beauty in it, finding the positive, useful, functional, celebratory nature of your inner animal, right? Our inner animal has, excuse me. Our inner animal has the most nuanced perceptual system, because when you think of animals and animal instinct, those instincts have had to develop and evolve over hundreds or thousands of years. And so that perceptual system was developed for our survival, right? Animals have to rely on their instincts in order to eat, in order to find shelter, in order to protect them from the elements or from other predators. So there's something here, masculines, where you're being called to reclaim your inner animal, your relationship with your inner animal. And also they're showing me like fractures, almost like a broken bone or something. They're showing me fractures within this relationship. Now, it's very easy for the masculine animal to come under massive criticism, massive scrutiny, right? In this patriarchal culture, we've been kind of learning how to dismantle, okay, what is an unjust animal nature? What is an imbalanced animal nature? Where are we? It's very much like the boys club energy, locker room talk, that kind of lower frequency imbalance, right? Where our animal instinct is actually an exalted energy. It's a divine piece of our evolution. Okay, anything else for masculines? Anything else for masculines? Oh, we have a card right set up here. Yeah, new beginnings. Sure. I'll leave it here. Yeah, so there's something that the new beginning that wants to come in is being stalled until you come into deeper resonance with your boundaries, masculines. I don't know what that is. If I'm being honest with you, there's not a clear link to a specific narrative. That's also probably because I'm reading a collective masculine reading. So, it has to be broad, right? What you might struggle with your boundaries, someone else might not. Something's also going on with my throat and my speech. I feel like I'm dropping words. It's a very weird experience from this end. Let's look at what's in the unconscious. Love. Okay. So, masculines, it might be when you start to turn inward and look at where has your animal gone? What steps did your animal take? What missteps has your animal taken? You might start to confront some sticky parts of self. These parts no matter how much damage they've caused, are still worthy of love, empathy, and compassion. They are still worthy of a seat at your kitchen table in your interior castle. So again, masculines, you're being called to illuminate this love, to claim it. Something about like you're allowed. There's so much allowance here. You're allowed to actually love yourself in the face of your transition, in the face of your failures, in the face of your rejections or missteps, or another message coming through, every place or intersection in your life where you've maybe crossed someone else's boundary. Now, this might get a little sticky because now I'm about to enter into sexuality territory. If your animal body, if your animal self cross someone else's physical boundary, that can create a lot of density. That can create a lot of energetic debris in your system. And now it looks like you're beautifully being shown this to take accountability for those moments. Now, I'm not saying to, go back through and find all these people and have these clearing, closing, apology conversations with each one. Maybe that is something that resonates with you. But really, it's about, can you forgive these parts of self for acting in the way that they did? Can you forgive yourself for acting in certain ways? Maybe in ways where you didn't have control over your inner animal. Can you bring love to the table in these fractured moments? Ooh, that's a dense little message there. Anything else for masculines? We have moving forward, get ready for positive change. Yeah, I mean, this is just natural, where the more accountability we take for what's in our vessel, what's showing up in our hearts, minds, bodies in the present moment, the more we make way and clean. It's like we clean up our space, right? We clean up our interior castle, and the more we clean it up, the more we create a vacuum for new and more aligned things, people, and experiences to come in. So that makes perfect sense. Okay. Let's see, we have Archangel Gabriel. Feminines got this yesterday. It says messenger of creativity and hope. Anything else? Oh. And then we have intuition, trust your intuition. So here's the beautiful gift, masculines, that when you repair your relationship with your inner animal, when you're no longer ashamed over what your inner animal has done or not done, you repair the relationship with your intuition, or at least a piece of it. You repair your discernment. You repair that sort of relationship you have with your sensory perceptual system, with your nervous system. You are quite literally cleaning up your nervous system so that you can become a more discerning instrument, if that makes sense. In the unconscious, we have potential. Think big for your future. Now, again, in the unconscious position, which is the card at the bottom of the deck, this is what we're pushing into the shadow, or also this could be something we don't see. So, it's really easy, and whoever's listening, feminines, masculines, or whatever, it's really easy when we have a lot of missteps in our path, when we've screwed up a bunch in our lives. It's really easy to stop thinking we are worthy to plan a future, that we are worthy of good things, that we are worthy of receiving as much effort as we put into someone else and receiving that for our own self. So you're being called, masculines, to, dust off your hopes and dreams and pull them out of the shadows and allow them, put them, dead center on your altar, on your desk, on your mantle. There's something here about really reclaiming your future. What does that look like? Okay, here's another question. Here's a really direct question, masculines. If you were worthy, what would your life look like? If you were fill in the blank, what would your life look like? Because the truth is you already are these things. You already are worthy and enough of this profound divine love. Okay, good. Excellent. You know, I've been fighting it this whole time, but I've really wanted to get an inner child card for you masculines. I don't know why. It was actually the first deck I wanted to start with, and I did not honor that. I switched it up a little bit, so I'm going to do it now. All right. Let's see where we go. Anything. Okay. Yeah, we have let love guide you. Choose to see the good in the world today. And you are worthy. You are worth it all, my love. I mean, it's just, I could feel it. I could feel that as the masculine energy starts to take accountability and clean up all of the messes that are behind them, all of the messes that have been left in their wake, I understand that it would really rattle the confidence, rattle the self-esteem. And so masculines, again, we are kind of orbiting this theme of love. How much love and grace can you allow yourself to receive as you turn back and take accountability and start to clean up these mini messes? And then we have a time to remember. Look back on your childhood. Okay, so yeah, look back on your childhood, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, a part of none of us are raised in a vacuum. We are who we are based off of a million different factors. We are who we are because of what people did and what people didn't do. And sometimes what people didn't do sometimes has a harsher effect on us, and we carry it with us. So this is making sense to me that you are being called to go back and deploy love in these moments where in these fracture moments where people, places, and things did not show up for you, did not honor you, did not create a safe space for you to express yourself or be yourself. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you want to share? All right, we have a bunch. I'm not going to take those. I will take this. We have seek guidance in this. It is time for a different perspective. You know, allow yourself to be surprised, masculines. You made it this far, so clearly you have enough wherewithal and skills and life force to traverse this terrain of consciousness. So allow yourself to love yourself enough to honor that you're worthy of being gifted with a new perspective. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Find your haven. There is a place of wonder waiting just for you. You know the way. Trust your intuition on this journey. Okay, beautiful. And then we had, where is it? New beginnings in reverse. So masculines, I'm going to say it again. The more you take accountability for your previous versions of self, I mean, in this reading, we've been calling it your animal self, and that may or may not resonate. But I think with the collective masculine energy, the animal body is what they've been contending with the most. There's all these, there's all these themes of, trying to find a good word for it. I don't want to say false narratives, but there's all these ideas in pop culture, in the patriarchal collective that, things like men will be men or masculines will be masculine, or letting masculines off the hook when they are wild, or when they take what they want, or when they penetrate the world, or when they, are entitled, or, there's all these ideas around this animal energy. We are reclaiming the exalted animal masculines. This is your job right now. The more you reclaim the exalted animal within yourself, the more you repair this intuition, the more you can access wise discernment. And once that's the money shot, right? That's the meat and potatoes of this entire journey. Once your discernment is repaired, masculines, the path will unfurl as fast as you do. Like, that's what it is. The path is always unfurling beneath you. But if your discernment is off, you won't have, it's like your compass is broken. You won't be able to go in the correct direction, or I don't want to say correct, but the most resonating, aligned direction if your compass is broken. So by taking accountability, deploying love, stepping into this role as the divine parent to parent the parts of you that really needed a role model and didn't have one. That the parts of you that were stuck in your lower frequency animal and was doing the best you could and just following your energy and following your desires and your animal, your low frequency animal instincts, right? You know, sorry, it's choppy. It's very choppy, and I keep getting interrupted with other things, and it's the second reading that this energy is like this. I'm struggling to flow, and I just find that interesting as well. Okay, I just got another message at why that's happening. Thank you, Spirit. So remember, we are still in the full moon portal. We're going to be in it for a few more days, right? I think it's usually 3 days before a full moon and 3 days after. Because of all of this chaos and turmoil, we're being shown what works, what doesn't, and what we're ready to let go of, and then being asked to let go of it. Do we want to make these choices? It's like our sovereignty is being shoved in our faces and saying, yes, you have all the power. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to leave this? You want to keep feeding this, or do you want to let it go? Is this useful? Does this support you on your journey? Is this helping you ground in love and expansion and growth? Or is it keeping you stuck in contraction, fear, and separation? Beautiful. In the unconscious position, let me see, we have you deserve to be seen, let yourself be known. You know, here, masculines, it's all the same messages. It's time to release the shame. To release the shame over your desires, to release the shame over your actions, what you've done, what you haven't done, and really allow your internal feminine to support you and help soothe you as you take a step towards this accountability. You know, one of the hardest things is to be seen in our shame, to be seen in that which we are ashamed of. So it's really scary to take accountability publicly. You know, we're probably thinking, oh my God, what are people going to think of me? Because by me taking accountability, it's inherent that I have to admit to doing something wrong, right? The first step is admitting we have a problem. And that admission is also admitting that we might not have the solution, right? We have the problem, but we need help finding the solution. And the sooner that you can get comfortable and surrender to that vulnerability, the sooner that love will come in to fill that space. Beautiful, beautiful message. All right. Whew. Let's see, where do we go? Spirit, where should we go? I don't know what I'm feeling. Let's get some of these. All right, Spirit, anything else for masculines? Anything else for masculines? Too many? Anything else? Nope. Maybe. We have adventure. Masculines, you know what I just noticed? Look how many portals are in front of you. 1, 2, 3, all in a line. Masculines, this full moon is a portal. You are being asked to walk through it. Now, what you confront in walking through this is your work. Don't get caught up in what's on the other end of the tunnel or what the goal is. Just take accountability for the present moment. Don't worry about 50 steps in front of you. Worry about the next 3 steps in front of you. Or forget that. Worry about the next 1 step in front of you. Anything else, Spirit? Oh, okay, hold on. What does it say? Elusive priestess. And then create your reality. Elusive priestess was in the reverse. You know, this goes back to me mentioning your internal feminine. Part of the keeping our internal feminine at bay, masculines, is shame. If you don't feel worthy of love, you're going to push away anything that resembles love. It's just that kind of simple. So your work is in doing what you have to do, taking taking space. You know, how would a feminine handle this situation? A feminine would surround herself in nature with other feminines, or around a fire, or with cozy, beautiful surroundings. And the feminine would surrender to the mystery. You know, sometimes masculines, your instincts want a solution. Your instincts want to fix it, want something to clean up. Okay, where's the broom? Where's the mop? Let's do this. But that's not the feminine way. The feminine way is taking all of your crap, taking all of your troubles, taking all your worries, and putting them on the altar and surrendering to the divine mystery. It's like, give it to the flames, give it to the fire, and then trust. Sink into that deeper knowing, that deep trust that who you are before you give your stuff to the fire is not who you're going to be after you gift yourself to the flames. There's something here. Again, the words are very choppy today. I don't know what's going on, but I think it's this kind of push-pull abrasion. If the energy feels very much like just sandpaper, it's very scratchy to my system. And I'm doing the best I can to kind of bring these messages to you, masculines. But masculines, again, finding a way, crawling your way back to worthiness, allowing your inner high priestess to soothe you, to comfort you. Crawl up in her lap on her throne and allow her to stroke your hair. Allow her to rub your back as you surrender to that moment of vulnerability. There's no wrong way to do this. I guess we could say the wrong way would be to not try, right? But even that, there might be a wisdom in it. So I can't tell you what right or wrong is for you. Oh my God. In the unconscious, we have another new beginnings in the reverse. Yeah, masculines, let's just honor. Like, I have a lot of compassion for you. It seems that you keep getting tripped up in this same vulnerability piece. You know, one of my favorite Carolyn Mace quotes is, when you come to find chaos as safety, you come to see God clearly. Meaning, you're being called to have greater trust in the chaos of the unknowing, of the mystery, than trying to manage and manipulate the chaos around you, trying to fix it. It may not be meant to be fixed. You know, sometimes we need the chaos to bulldoze our lives so that we can, start from scratch. It reminds me of, in like the mountains, or when random natural acts of nature, like fires start for no reason, or there was a thunderstorm and then lightning struck a very dry area. Well, all of those flames, like even when all of that earth is charred, it sometimes creates a new chemical rich soil for the fauna to take over, right? We can't know all of this. I mean, yes, if you study that, sure, maybe you might know it. But I'm saying we will never know the why. We won't know why that fire started when it did. And same with your own circumstances and situations, masculines. It's not useful to ask why. What's useful is to say, okay, what's in my field in the present moment, and how can I love myself as I learn more about this, as I ask another compassionate question? How can I love myself as I bring presence to these really difficult, vulnerable moments? Beautiful, masculines. Let's see, what else? Where else do we want to go? Let's get some Divine Beloved cards. I just moved all my cards around and I don't know where anything is. Here we go. Found them. Okay. Let's get some Divine Beloved cards. Spirit, anything else? Anything else you want to close on? Anything else you'd like to share? What would support masculines for the highest and best good of self and the planet? What would support them in receiving this love and taking accountability for their animal body? Soul power. It says, always remember, you are a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. This reminds me of what I was saying earlier, where the universe is in constant communication with us. We are one. We are one with all of existence. So the nature and other people and, the world around us, we have total power to come into union, to come into relationship with the world around us. It's a matter of our recognition of that power, the awareness of that power that surges through us and all around us. Once we have the awareness, then we can use our aligned, wise discernment to take action while in loving, compassionate relationship with this power. Not to take this power and manipulate it and use it for our own personal gain, but to actually harvest more love, harvest a more loving internal environment. Anything else, masculines? Anything else? These cards are new and sticky. I don't use them very much. Whoa. Okay, we have ancestral wisdom. We are your ancestors and we love you. We walked the earth many years before you. We ask you at this poignant time to learn and grow from our past experiences. You are our legacy, and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spirit world. Masculines, I'm getting emotional. There's something very dense about this energy. Okay, a few narratives. I'm just going to start listing them off. Masculines, if there is something shameful in your ancestral line, you are being called to vibrate those dense emotions, to vibrate whatever pain or remorse or even insensitivity that maybe showed up through the actions of your ancestors. It's like the more you avoid doing this, it becomes this like never-ending shadow spot in your energy, and you're meant to release it. And it's funny because in this card, the ancestors are like, yes, we're here. We love you. We're here to help you. And that makes sense to me because they are in the spirit realm, in the quantum field, they are in their exalted state, right? But who they were on earth may be very different from who they are now. So masculines, it is safe to look back. In other words, this is another version of the message I said earlier, that it is safe to turn around and take accountability, whether it's for your own stuff, your family stuff, your ancestral line. You are being called to take accountability and say, yes, we did do this. Yes, my ancestors did invade here. Maybe they had slaves. Maybe they, killed and pillaged for their own gain, for their own survival. Honor what you know to be true, and I'm sure that's might be limited given how history and information collection works through the years. But do the best you can with what you've got. Another message here, masculines, is about buckling under the weight of your ancestors. Here's a different message about your ancestors. If your ancestors were incredibly successful, or if they were, carrying torches for humanity or for, sciences, or, if they made a lot of progress in their lifetime, you're being called to also let that go, to detach from the weight of whatever this family lineage is, whatever these stories around keeping this lineage narrative alive. You're being called to let it go, because again, don't forget, what is the core tenet of managing our power? It's being able to exist in present time. And when you look back. Yes, you can celebrate, you could honor the truth or whatever about your history, but when you live there, it's yanking you out of present time, masculines. So you're being called to do the best you can with what you know and what you have, to let go so that you can get your system, your energy, your chakras in present time. We're just getting, I'm going to end soon because we're just getting a bunch of repeating messages. We have self-love in reverse, masculines. It says, now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body, mind, and soul. Again, we're just tap dancing around the same message, masculines. Where do you feel unworthy? There is your work. That's it, period. In the unconscious position, we have embraced the moment. Again, this is what's being pushed into the shadows. Embrace the moment. Get your energy into present time. It says, embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. Again, you are learning how to rewire many years of patterns. Okay, let's end on some Buddha wisdom here. Oh, that happens very quickly. Let's see. Okay, what do we have? We have offend no one and yet speak the truth. Be clear with and kind with your words, never harsh. Yeah, masculine, I'm getting very much that a big part of how you've harmed the people around you, maybe your loved ones, is that you spoke truth at all costs. And I'm thinking of that great line. It's like, would you rather be right or would you rather be alone? And there's something here about that there is a time, place, and way to speak truth with kindness, with compassion, that's rooted not for our own selfish gains, but to actually feed another human soul. So again, you're being called to take radical accountability for your words. Now, that was one part of the message. The second part of the message is exactly the same, except you're being called to speak with such profound kindness to yourself. Try not to be harsh as you take accountability for these parts that you're ashamed of. Be kind. How much grace can you call in this moment? And then it says, however many holy words you speak, what good will they do if you do not act upon them? So masculines, don't spiral too much. Don't get too caught up in thinking and analyzing and talking about these things. Take action upon them. One way to do that is to is to be witnessed in your vulnerability, to connect with someone who you trust, who loves you and is a responsible person that will neither invade nor abandon you in a moment of vulnerability, and speak your truth about self. And just allow yourself to be received. Allow yourself to exist in that vulnerability while being witnessed. It's a really powerful alchemical process that can take place that may crack open your heart and actually allow your heart to actually receive that profound divine love. Okay, masculines, beautiful, beautiful reading. Thank you for being here. I hope this was supportive, and I will see you in the next one.